Hello, everyone, and welcome to Infinite Integrations, where Jack and I look at things like integrating energy, money, mind, body, and spirit together. And we do that in a grounding way to bring in lots of interesting energies. So, welcome. And I'm Tanys Coughlan in the Twillo Lifestyle Community, Twillo Lifestyle Academy, and I'm joined by Jacqueline Richards, the Wealthy Yogini.
I am still the wealthy yogini. Still.
You are. Absolutely. Absolutely you are. So, what are we going to talk about today? Let's see. What do we have in our notes to talk about today? Stability. So, grounding. What does stability mean to you right now in your energy, your business, your finances? Yeah. So,
it's interesting. People, I sometimes ask, do you know how to spell stability? Because sometimes it's, as long as you know how to spell it, you can get there. And then if you pause and you think, is there a you in there? Well, yeah, it's you. It's all about you being stable, finding stability in your world. And it's your world, not their world.
Yeah.
It's all about you.
So, how do you find stability? How do you define stability, first of all?
Yeah, it's interesting because I was looking at abundance and stability. Stability is where, in yoga, finding stability is in your breath work. Finding stability is taking long, beautiful, deep breaths because you get to be in a place where, I don't want to say you're ignoring it, but you're releasing yourself into your private spot. Perhaps you're standing and allowing the feet to ground, the soles of the feet to ground into, maybe you're standing in I was going to say in a pool. You could be standing in a pool.
Or in a garden or something, right?
A garden. Yeah, absolutely. You could be on a beach and being grounded. And allow the toes to wiggle. Allow a slight bend in the knee. Allow the arms by your side. I find stability when I can be there in that place, and I don't shake. And I don't shake unless I'm doing some ab work. I might shake then. Yeah, exactly. But stability in my world is being open to what has come to me. Stability is being open, allowing the chest to stay, to allow yourself to, that's right, breathe, press the heart forward. Stability is knowing that you have everything you need. Stability is knowing where you can go to get everything you need. Stability is knowing that you wrote a letter to someone who needed you to write that letter. Stability is so much and not much at all. Allow yourself just to be. And stability, interesting, if we were going to talk about money, or if we're going to talk about yoga,
or all
stability,
of the above.
All of the above. Wow. Yeah. In our minds, we race with worry. Sometimes our nervous system, and Tanys and I will talk about this all day long. What is your nervous system telling you today? Is it always on alert, or did you allow it to stay? When you're looking at energetic instability, see, you asked me about stability. My bad.
That's okay. Instability is the reverse. So to create stability, we have to realize that we're not stable to begin with, right?
Ow.
That doesn't mean mentally unstable. I'm talking about if there are gaps and we're not aware, we can't create stability. But if we are aware of those gaps and we realize there are parts of us that are not in what we would love to see in that stable place, then that's how we can problem solve and move forward, right? We can talk about abundance practices. We can talk about, financial daily routines that can help us to find that stability, whether it's through energy work, whether it's through, financial budgeting and all of that stuff, or, what is that for you? So
exactly. It's Financial instability, the question is, are you feeling prosperous? Or maybe your prosperity didn't take root. You know, we talk about getting grounded. Maybe the seeds that you threw out, and I'm going to be at a trade show where I have my flower seeds that I will be donating and giving to people to have them plant. And probably
Nice.
hopefully in the right soil. Because if you know you're planting your seeds in sand, how stable are you then? You know, energetic instability. There's that other S word that we sometimes use, stuck. We could be stuck.
Mm,
You know,
could
there's
be.
absolutely there, you know, and I was thinking about this, Tannis, before we got on, as I was getting my instability got a chocolate croissant, warmed
Mm.
it up. Now, see, some would think that's not stable. I think that's quite stable. But
Oh,
today,
sounds yummy
I
to me.
Janet. Oh my gosh. So it's like there's three things when we are the collective are challenged when we talk about finding abundance, finding grounding in that abundance. So I talked about energetic instability. But then there's the financial instability. You called attention to, oh my gosh, do you know what your budget looks like? And here it is when we're avoiding that stuff, and money's money, currency's currency. But when we avoid it and we spend without thinking, without intending, um,
Hmm.
it's hard for prosperity to come to us. It, 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 it fleets quickly away as opposed to coming back and allowing us to enjoy what we planted because we did it the right way. And the third one, as I was eating my chocolate croissant, funny,
Which,
because
by the way, grounds us, right? Eating
it
grounds us. And
dark
chocolate is
chocolate.
very good for
Dark
grounding as well.
chocolate's
So,
great.
you know.
It's perfect. And then so my body was speaking to
Mhm.
it. And sometimes it's about disconnecting from the body when we're not feeling all that stable. So when we're busy manifesting wealth, we'll say manifesting wealth, thoughts, you're not alone, but your thoughts feel like they're alone. It's like you're forgetting about what your body needs. Your body is your soul. Remember, I said we're throwing out the seeds? Make sure that
Yeah.
your soul is nourished. Sometimes when you're disconnected, when you're thinking you have everything you need, but your mind is saying, I'm not so sure, Jacqueline, I'm not so sure. It leaks. It leaks.
Yeah.
And so let's in this moment figure out how we can stop the leak.
Right. And we're talking energetic and financial. Like,
Absolutely.
when you're talking about that, right? Because energetically, we can certainly, have a lot of cords that are drawing energy from us that we're not aware of. And then also there can be like those little expenses that get drawn from us that we're not aware of, or we might be aware, but not consciously intending, right? We might be aware that they're there, but we're avoiding it. So we're like, yeah, it just comes out every day, every month. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I will tell us this little mini story. I
Mm.
was so excited when I bought tickets to go and see. I'm going to date myself. Why do people say that? I bought tickets to go and see Wham. Did I love
Wow.
George Michael? Yes. Did I care how
Uh-huh.
much I paid for that ticket? Yeah, of course. I was working two jobs in order to make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's me busy being stable. Worked the two
Yeah.
jobs. I was going to school, and I was good in that place. I had my tickets right there. It was going to be me, and I'm going to be on stage with George Michael. He didn't know that I was going to be there. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
But I had those tickets ensuring that I would be on stage. Then I had to wear the right attire. You can't just meet George Michael wearing your regular jeans and your regular t-shirt. Oh no. Oh no. So I needed to go out and purchase. So notice I worked the two jobs and I got the money to get the tickets, buy the tickets. Really, I mean, they were good tickets. Some would say nosebleed seats, but and I got them because I took the time to be stable in it. I was not unstable when I was out shopping for an outfit. I wasn't safe. No, I think I paid as much for the tickets as I did for the outfit.
Yep.
Jacqueline, what were you thinking? I was thinking I wanted to have a really good time. And so I disconnected. But I have pictures.
Well, and you were paying for the experience, right? So it's an experience. Then going out to purchase your outfit is all part of the experience. Right?
Exactly. But then what do you do? What do you do? So you had a good time. Now you have to come back. You work 2 jobs. Now what do you do? It's about the small things, though. Yeah, I am. And in my journal, it said, Jacqueline, was it a good show? Yes. And so how are you going to pay for your bus money? Let me think about that. And how are you going to go back to your saving rule of 72, Jacqueline? And how are you going to, and how are you going to, and how are you going to?
So tell us a little bit about that. You're saving 72. What's that about?
Yeah, rule 72. It is in the chapter 3 of Yoga for Your Personal Finances. If you're coming to the workshop, rule
this
of 72,
weekend, by the way.
This week, that's right. So that'll be yay. And the doors are open. Rule of 72 is a calculation where you take a look at the money that you would like to save. It's like if you really like going to Tim Hortons and buying your coffee, and while you're working, so full-time job, you got to have a coffee before you get there. So you have a coffee before you get there, 2 coffees while you're there, a coffee on the way home, and then you have a coffee on the way back. So that's 5 coffees. Do you know how much that costs? Now I said Tim Hortons. We can figure that one out. Maybe it's $10. Maybe it's $10 a day. Why wouldn't you?
That's still a lot.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you choose here 2 things? 2 things. Why wouldn't you have gone out to buy coffee, whether it's instant or grounded, and made your coffee at home, put it in a, what do they call that?
Travel mug.
A travel mug
or a thermos.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't I do that? Why wouldn't I do that? Maybe I'm not going to do that. Maybe I'm going to buy instant coffee and take it to me to go to work. I just saved myself more than what I was spending per day. Mm-hmm. And when I take that money and I put it in the bank, and let's say it's $10 I choose to save, and I save that money perhaps every week, I'd love to say every day, every week, that money multiplies. In the book, when you take a look at it, all you did was you saved from the moment you decided to start working. So whether you're working at 12 or 19, at the end of your working gig, you may have saved not 1,000, not 10,000, not 100,000, but you would have saved $1 million just by taking that money, Rule of 72, and you put it away. You're not even thinking about it. That's called stability. Making those choices. Yeah. And sometimes they're challenging and sometimes they're not.
Yeah, it's small shifts can make a big difference. And I think we see that in many aspects of life too, right? Not just in the financial, but even in your energetics. Even a 5-minute meditation can raise your vibration back up again to a place where you can manage the rest of the day. So little bits. We don't have to go in gung-ho. We can do a little bit here, a little bit there.
Yeah.
Or a small 5-minute walk, right?
Yeah. And now, what would I be listening to, Tanys, if I were going to go on that 5-10 minute walk, saving my $10 a day? What would I be listening to on my walk?
Maybe solfeggios or a podcast, something that you can learn from, right? Because then you're multiplying the effect of it. So the solfeggio multiplies the effect of the walk because you're increasing your vibration. And the podcast, you're learning something, new tools, new stuff to bring forward, right? You may like it, you may not, but it's the more tools you know, the more you can choose from in your toolbox.
Yeah.
So,
and it's interesting you say you may not like it. Maybe that's not your gig. I went to see Wham. In many cases, I did. And so the next day I'm hanging out with friends and they said, "Oh, what'd you do?" "I went to see Wham." "Ew, why would you do that?" "Why, what did you do?" "Well, I went to see, oh my gosh, Journey." "Journey? Why, I know that band." And I left it just like that. I know that band. I'm a Canadian. I know that band.
Yeah.
It's Journey.
If they were both playing in the same city at the same time, that would be a problem. People would have a really hard time deciding what to do with that one. Okay.
You do one on Saturday and you do one on Sunday.
Day. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's interesting what we just talked about. That's called financial grounding, That is absolutely called financial grounding, because when you find a way, and Tanys said it's those small tweaks, small steps. If you can just find those small moments, you'd be amazed at the miracles you can have happen. It is infinite integration. Let's think of it like that.
Yeah. We should talk a little bit about our name, actually. I don't think we did that in the first one.
No, we didn't.
Just veer off the topic, because that's just me. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Infinite meaning there's infinite number of possibilities.
Yeah.
Right? Infinite opportunity.
Infinite.
To create integration, meaning integrating all parts of ourselves into a stable, grounded lifestyle going forward.
Yeah. And see, being grounded and grounding is the word of this session. I will tell you, there are so many other words that Tanys and I have figured out that we're going to bring to the table, because it's a big table. It's a beautiful table. It's a round table. It's kind of like a mastermind table where we all sit around and talk about what we'd like to do with our cosmic wisdom. Why wouldn't we?
We like cosmic wisdom, infinite. So really, if we're talking about the energy system, it's very much about the root chakra, the root chakra and the sacral, right?
Yeah.
Because the sacral is all about creation.
Yeah.
And the root is all about that grounding and stability and stuff.
Yeah.
So
she's wearing the second chakra color, just so you know. That's a beautiful color that we wear for that color.
Orange. Yes.
Orange. And it's all about, see, I'm dancing. It's all about the flow. Yes. It's the money flow. It's the happiness flow. It's the body flow. Because when we're grounded, I believe that allows us to flow so much easier. So much easier.
So here's a question for you. Do you think abundance flows more easily when we plan or when we surrender? That's a tough question.
I was going to say that's a two-parter. So when you're grounded, that's when you pick up the pencil or you pick up the pen. There's still pencils out there with erasers so that you can redefine what you just wrote.
Which we advocate for.
Yes, we do. Oh, we do. And so when
continual integration.
She said it. See, that's what it's like working with her. It's like continually integrating. Knowing that you are grounded allows you to have a seat and recognize where you are. Take the time to recognize. And that means there's no judgment. It's not about judgment. It's about the here and now. Let me be present. That is being grounded. Can you plan that way? Absolutely. As I said, Tanys and I were talking about what do our budgets look like. And this is a blank sheet. Put numbers on it. Put ideas about where you want to go. Don't you believe that that is a way to be not just grounded, but planning.
So, and I think that there's planning. For me, there's two different kinds of planning there.
Yeah.
So if we look at planning, going right to the detail and being very like sort of specific, I want to make sure I'm only spending this much and this. And I think that can be very stifling and you don't have enough flow to be in abundance. But when you plan about, okay, I have this as my budget, this is what I'm going to spend, I'm going to stay in that budget somewhere.
Yeah.
And it just gives you an idea, right? And you're being very intentional about what your spending is. And that, I think, that kind of planning is helpful. And then you surrender to, okay, I've done my planning. This is what I'm putting that out to the universe. And this is what my goals are.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love that S word. I love that
surrender?
S word. Surrender. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not stuck. We surrendered because, yes, we did plan while we were busy being grounded. And I love that. You took the $10. You took the $10, you put it away.
Well, and we have to trust ourselves to surrender.
Yeah.
So how do you build trust, right?
Yeah.
You build trust by creating a plan and seeing that you can stick to it. And then you start to trust yourselves, because that's something that we don't trust for as much as we would love to, right? We so many of us have let ourselves down so many times that we don't trust ourselves anymore.
Yeah.
So we have to build that. And that can be the planning process for you. And then surrendering to the plan.
Yeah. And it'd be great if you were sitting in a place, if you surrendered in a spot that allowed you to be exactly who you are. Again, I think I've said this before. Let's not be judgmental in the spaces that we're in. Mm-hmm. Let us move things so that it looks like the place that you want to be in. So surrender into what you want so that you can plan for the best. Why wouldn't we plan for the best?
Well, I think that's what really helps moving forward, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So, Jacqueline, what are some practical financial habits that create stability without constriction? Since we're talking flow, what's the opposite of that?
Yeah. It's, I was going to say nonsensical. The idea to manage your worth. And so whether it's financial worth, see, I play in that game. I work with finances, and in yoga, I work with my body. And so that is my wallet as well. Mm-hmm. It is understanding when it comes to time in March here in Canada, we need to be looking at our taxes. No one wants to say that T word, but I will say it all day long because I have to plan to make sure I have all the documents for my taxes. So I'm business for self. I'm an entrepreneur, and I know what that means because I had to ask the experts what I needed to have. They had to help me plan what my tax year is going to be. So while I have my documents say, this is how much I paid in property taxes. This is how much I paid and for all of my business expenses, my business space. How much paper did I buy? I will tell you, I'm out of ink. Do you know how much ink I use? Oh my gosh, I'm amazed. It's at the end of the year that I understand how much ink I used. So I cannot wait till March to figure out what I've done with my finances and hand it to my accountant. What I need to do is be observant every single week or every single month or every single quarter. I need to be observing what is happening in my world because my bank account will tell me a lot. So how much am I paying in gas? How much am I paying? Because I travel quite a bit. Side note, I'm always looking for the best pricing on gas. Yeah. I have friends who have electric cars. I have friends who still ride bikes to work and back, even in the winter. When we're looking at finances, let's take a look at what we need to use and then what we want. So those are where we're moving to other locations, we need to understand how much that's going to cost and how much that's going to change. So I have my budget. I will say there's a budget that you can have online in your phone. There's a budget that you have on paper. There's budget, I have my book here. You have a budget that you put in your book. That is your space that you make sure that you counted how many kilometers you drove this week. Mm-hmm. So we've got kilometers, we've got gas. I'd love to wash my car. That has to go in my plan. I love a clean car. So for me to figure out about my finances, I am observing what I do, not what other people said I have to do. Yeah. Now there's things like fees that we have to pay. I'm a part of, and I think you are too, Tanys,
professional
organizations. Exactly. Yeah. For which we have to pay every single year. And here it is. Why are you with that why are you with that institution? Is it about business? Well, yes. Yeah. Why are you with that institution?
Because you're paying it's about business. Fees. Yeah. Yeah. It's just an expense as part of the business, right? You get your certification. So I'm an HR professional. So I part of the HRPA, the Professional Association. Yeah. And when we do that, it adds that credence. So it leads to more business in that sense, right? And that's why you do it. And then you have to have the insurance and stuff that go along with it. So there's always those expenses that come along with it, right?
Absolutely. And I ask because people are with organizations for very different reasons. Some, it's all about business because you've got a quota to get to. And so the amount of people you meet means potentially the amount of services that you can offer. Mm-hmm. Then there are those, and I know, who are with institutions because they just want to hang out with people. Because it can be lonely out there. It can be really lonely out there. So I will pay a fee. I was with the YMCA for 25 years. And I did it for my mind, body, spirit. I did it because I needed to do it for me. Mm-hmm. It wasn't about, because I'm an entrepreneur, it wasn't about finding business. It was about finding me. And yes, I did pay for that. Mm-hmm. I gladly paid for that.
That's an investment.
So, absolutely.
Right? There's a difference between like just an expense that you have to do and an investment because it leads to much further growth, right? And and this is something that's important to understand too. It's certainly been relevant for me in my business and stuff, is the more personal growth we do, the more financial growth happens because it opens up opportunities.
It does.
Right? The more education, the more classes, the more you open up your understanding of things, the more you can open up to opportunities that present themselves. Yeah. So it's been my experience with it anyway. Yeah. But I'm a lifelong learner. I've always got a couple courses on the go and, that sort of thing. So it's just what I do.
I love that. Learning, aren't we all students? I will forever be a student. Oh my gosh, I did my 200-hour yoga certification, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Why? Because every single session had a nugget that I could have and use. So in the mortgage business, you think, how can yoga and mortgages go together? It is being honest with how I feel. Honesty is the best policy. When I speak to people about money, and we just talked about a little bit about stability and what do you do to manage money and how do you want to make it work? How do you need to make it work? Think about your body like that. So I put away the $10 so that I could have an investment. Mm-hmm. And I have my YMCA so that I can go out and work out. And sometimes they had a pool, sometimes they didn't. But I did that for me so that my mind would be okay, so that I could continue to do my work. Mm-hmm. And that $10, I don't even think about it because that is an investment in my financial world.
Yeah.
I wish more people thought about it like that, you know? What's $10? What's $1? I talk about pennies. Remember when there were pennies? We used to have
Yeah.
pennies.
We used to have pennies. They don't. I still have some. I did have a bit of a collection at one point. So yeah.
We all did that.
So what role do you think gratitude plays in all of this, in creating a sustainable grounding or stability? Because I think gratitude plays a big role in terms of that, in terms of, you know, being grateful for what you have can help you feel that stable and integrated energy to bring forward to create that abundance.
Yeah.
Does that, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, and I know those of you who are watching us right now know that we're all about gratitude. That's why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
We want to offer, we want to share, we want to have conversations. We want to know that there's no questions that will not be answered. And an answer to a question could be, I'm not sure, let me check that out for you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think I know someone who might know more about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I think I know someone who wrote a book, Jennifer, who wrote a book. I'm not sure about that. I'm going to ask those questions.
Yeah.
There's always an answer. There's always an answer. With gratitude, I teach this in my yoga class. I ask them, and while they're watching, they're like, yes, she does say that. 5.
She does.
5. She does. I want you to think about 5 things of gratitude that you have experienced that you will have released in your day. Just 5.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I start out because some goes, oh, well, I don't know. I'm not sure. But they're saying that under their breath. They do know.
Yeah.
You know what? My gratitude was doing the dishes. I'm grateful that I'm not coming back to a sink full of dirty dishes.
Yeah.
Sounds simple. I'm grateful for knowing where my debit card is, like I didn't leave it somewhere where it shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
I am so grateful. Yeah.
And I'm grateful, you know, that I remembered to do whatever during the day, right? I'm grateful that I remembered to whatever, brush my teeth. Or they don't have to be huge things, right?
That's right.
They can be little things. They don't have to be huge things. I'm grateful to be able to drink my water today.
Oh,
right? Because I've got more time, or whatever the case may be. So here's a good question. If someone feels disconnected from abundance, what's the first gentle action you would suggest?
Oh, that's so beautiful. For me, it's always going out for a walk. If it happens to be a full moon, even better. I'm singing. Well, I sing in the rain. I sing under the moon.
There's a song about that.
For me, yeah, exactly. And there's a play that you might want to take a look at in a movie. It's, for me, singing. I love singing, whether it's outside or inside. I find it amazing to do tapping. So we do tapping. So I know this is where it starts and then this is where it goes. And so I get to say things to myself about when I'm feeling that way. As I'm breathing through that, I understand that it was just a moment. It was just a moment for me to have, to believe. Just a moment. It's the walk, it's the water, it's the music. Can I tell you? And Tanys, you just talked about this too, right?
Thank you,
I'm
Helena.
grateful for you, Helena.
Lots of love.
I very much so. You're the best. So many of you are out there and and here it is. Recognize yourself for being an extraordinary individual. Recognize it. Write it down. I have my pretty little goal sheet. I have it right. It's right in front of me. I have tape. It's taped. So here it is. This is my goal sheet. This is what I'd like to do over the course of the next 2 years. 2 years, because I teach those vision board sessions, and if I see it, I believe it. And so when I'm feeling that way, when I'm feeling out of sorts, I'm going to write down.
Which, by the way, she's teaching
steps?
a vision board course on the weekend too.
Oh,
she's a busy
on
week.
Saturday. On Saturday, yes. I am. And so you too will look at
sign up here.
All of the opportunities. Yeah.
Shameless plug. Sorry, guys.
I had a good friend of mine who's moved off to Costa Rica, but I did a vision board session for her and her family. There were 10 of them that we all got together, and we did vision boards of all ages, because that's what I do. Because everyone has a dream. Everyone has a mission. And so that's what we did. And she said, I would love to tell more people about this, because when you get in that state that Tanys just talked about, wouldn't it be great to take a look at your vision board and say, hey, yeah, I'm right here. I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So we always like to bring something practical.
Yeah.
Right. So do you have a one that you would like to add that's a practicality thing for money? And then I will do a grounding meditation for people.
Absolutely. We live in a world where we're incredibly rooted in the credit cards and fast cash and lines of credit. And here I will start with credit cards. Take a look at each and every month of your statements. Mm-hmm. What did you do with that credit card? And how did you pay back what you used the credit card for? When you take a look at what you use the credit card for, I would love for you to go and take a look at whatever it was and say, thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much for allowing me to have you. Thank you so much. And now I will continue to create the abundant funds to be able to pay that back now or soon. Take a look, because that easily can fall out of line. Same with the line of credit. It's quick. It can be incredibly easy to use. It can be incredibly easy to use, but it could also be incredibly easy to wait, stop, pause. Again, take a look at your statements. What's the interest rate on those statements? How are you feeling today? How will you pay that back? Have you planned a way to pay it back? Oh, wait, take a breath. Inhale the shoulders, lift them back, drop them down. Wait, you did pay for it. You did put a payment on it. Good for you. Why not? I would love for you to all take a look at what you are using your revolving credit for. Give thanks to it and have a plan to pay the funds back.
There you go, guys. There's something that will help bring stability to you. And using them with intention, right?
Absolutely.
Having an intention. So I would like to leave you with a quick little meditation, because we do want to ground in our energy to find that stability. Yeah. So we'll just take a moment, and you're going to just get comfortable. Have your feet flat on the earth so that you can connect. We're going to close our eyes, taking in a breath. Bring the awareness there. Inhale slowly through the nose. Exhale gently through the mouth. Let everything unnecessary begin to fall away. With each exhale, imagine roots extending from the soles of your feet, going deep into the earth. See them glowing in tones of red and gold, alive strong and ancient. Feel the solid, unwavering support of the earth beneath you. Let her stability rise to meet you, filling your legs and spine with strength and stability, and whispering to yourself, I am safe. I am supported. And I belong here. Breathe that stability into your root, the root chakra, the base of the spine. Let it expand like a warm ember of light. You are rooted in your body. You are connected to the earth's infinite strength. Now bring your awareness to the space just below your navel, your sacral chakra, the center of flow, creativity, pleasure, and abundance. Imagine a gentle river of golden orange light awakening here. It begins to move slowly, swirling, opening pathways of flow through your hips and belly. Feel its current merge with the grounded energy below, forming a beautiful loop. Earth rising to water, water nourishing earth. With every breath, that flow becomes smoother and easier. And whispering, I trust the flow. I release resistance. Abundance moves freely through me now. As you inhale, draw energy up from the earth through your root to your heart. As you exhale, let that energy ripple outward through your entire field. A wave of stability expanding into the openness. A river of abundance returning to the sea of source. You are both the mountain and the river, still and moving, holding and releasing, grounding and alive. Breathe into this balance. Breathe into this truth. Place both hands over your heart. Feel your heartbeat, steady, rhythmic, full of life. And repeat either aloud or in silence. I am rooted in prosperity. Abundance flows to me, through me, and is sustained by me. Visualize a golden infinity loop between your root and your heart, a continuous flow of giving and receiving. Allow gratitude to rise within you for your body, for the steady pause or the pulse of abundance that lives inside your every breath. Take another breath in. As you exhale, feel yourself fully grounded, fully present, and fully aligned. You are the bridge between earth and flow. You are stability. You are abundance. You are the infinite integration. Deep breath, and you start to come back to the room. And we hope that you can take that with you.
Namaste, my friend.
In your week. And we will be back here next week. So please come and join us. I also have Twillo Talk on Monday.
Right.
Jacqueline has some classes over the weekend. You can check out the site below there for classes. That's where you'll find the registration for those. We've mentioned a few in the podcast.
Very much looking forward. Yeah.
And what else do you have going on? Do you have anything else happening? We have yoga classes too. Friday and Sunday morning, Friday evening, Sunday morning.
Yeah. It's based on Hatha Yoga. Yeah. Yeah. Based on Hatha Yoga. Only 126 postures, asanas. But
not in one class.
But we're not going to do 126. That's right, Tanys. We're not going to do that.
Not all in one class. You might have to come to a few.
Right. And I so appreciate this. Yeah.
It's awesome. All right.
And grounding abundance, if I could just say, grounding abundance
Please.
is a dance between body and spirit, and between money and meaning.
Money and meaning.
Money and meaning.
Beautiful. Well, we thank you all for joining us, and we wish you all a wonderful week. And we'll see you back here next week on Infinite Integration. Bye now.